It's interesting you said that because the first time that I went to India, I was 19 years old and I did a 3 day silent meditation. And on the third day, I remember like I couldn't meditate. I never had really meditated. I'm trying to calm the mind, follow the breath. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm like, this is never going to work for me. On the third day, I was like up in the hills. I was looking out over, a mountainous terrain, and I'm watching the trees, and I'm closing my eyes, and the trees are still, and I'm seeing it through my eyelids, and the breeze came through, and I had this moment of meditation where I didn't have any thoughts, or whatever version that was. I thought that I was having this experience, and I felt this wave of just like this warm peace, this sustained, whether it was 3 or 10 seconds or whatever. And it was this contentment that I don't know that I'd ever really felt. And it was interrupted with the thought of, but you're going to lose this, but you're going to go back. And I think that there was that part of that was like, but you're going to go back to drugs, but you're going to go back to depression, but you'll never be able to sustain this. And part of, I think, what the compulsion around using for me is like, you get that moment of, like I've turned off the thoughts, or like, the drink hits or the drug hits, and now I'm, equanimous in my, being, and, I feel I'm high. I like the effects of this drug. And then you go down, and then you're trying to find that high again. When really, for me, what I've experienced is the most sustained period of happiness that can be achieved is through a practice of clearing the mind. Now, do I meditate presently? Not at all. Not at all. As I'm saying all this, I'm like, bro, why aren't you meditating, man? You got to get back. But yeah, I just, I remember that feeling of peace, and immediately being like, but you're not going to be able to hold on to this. It's a lack of a practice.
Yeah. And that's that challenge, right? It's like constantly wanting to hold on to anything.
Yeah.
And constantly want to go back to anything. Both of those thoughts, I think, is what I'm referring to. And it seems like we're aligned. It's that, I feel like those are the two thoughts that actually keep us the most trapped.
Completely.
It's like, I want to hold on to this and I want to go back to that.
Yep.
And those two things keep you trapped for forever and ever and ever, because now you can't experience, and you can't accept, and you can't be.
Yep.
And it takes you everywhere.